Today sucks. Yo! What's up, everybody? Schuyler Diehm here, lifestyle fat loss coach and founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness, where we help you lose fat and build muscle without sucky diets, without counting all your calories, and without torturous cardio. If you've been following my stuff for a while, you may have seen that I've tested a lot of different eating styles, and out of all the diets, there's one that has become much more popular these past few months that I have yet to try. If you have heard of people like Dr. Shawn Baker, if you have heard of Dr. Paul Saladino or Carnivore MD, or of course, if you have heard of the one and only Liver King, you've probably seen something about the carnivore and or the animal-based diet. Now, to be clear, my thoughts on this diet is if you are looking to lose weight, it is not the move. Everything we do with our clients is very lifestyle-based, and if there's any stipulations of foods that you cannot eat, period, there's a high chance that it is not going to last long-term. However, there have been a lot of testimonials and people sharing their experiences of having extreme health issues that have been cured with this diet. The benefit of animal-based is that you remove a lot of inflammatory foods and you basically allow your body to consume the foods that help it operate efficiently. Now, as far as the science goes, long-term, we don't really have any real studies. Although I do believe real food is beneficial, I'm still hesitant on believing about the benefits of completely cutting out things like fiber, vegetables. However, from a perspective of clean food, the carnivore diet and or animal-based is, in fact, just real food. And so, what is the carnivore diet? Plain and simple, it's just meat. You can have pork, you can have chicken, you can have beef, ideally emphasizing beef, especially from a grass-fed or pasture-raised source, but just like it sounds, you're eating like a carnivore. Now, the animal-based diet is a little bit more relaxed than that, so not only are you allowed to have meat, but you're also allowed to have animal products such as milk and cheese, such as eggs, such as honey, and then also, even though it's not produced by an animal, fruit is considered okay on an animal-based diet. And so, I've followed these guys long enough, I've tested enough to want to see how I respond to these diets. Now, I've done my research and I've collected enough information to know that throughout the first week, my digestive system is not going to be very happy. And so in order to ease into it, just because on a personal level, I don't really like explosive diarrhea, I'm going to be doing 7 days of animal-based. And then at the end of those 7 days, I'm going to be moving into 7 days straight of carnivore. As far as what I'm allowed of outside of that, so of course we're sticking with water. I'm going to be seasoning all my stuff with salt. I'm also going to have coffee, and then I'll probably stick with my pre-workout supplements as well. So no protein powder, none of the vegetables, none of the rice. We're sticking strictly with animal-based foods. Now, am I excited? The honest answer is no. But in the name of views and of course testing things out, we're going to do this. And one more thing before we get started with this video, I wanted to quickly shout out Farm Sushi. A large portion of the meat that I consumed during this challenge was provided by Farm Sushi. I'm not sponsored, I'm not paid by them, but I truly believe in their mission. Farm Sushi provides you with pasture-raised, 100% grass-fed and sprout-finished meats directly to your door. Guys, this is the top tier of high-quality meat. I'm talking the best of the best. They're provided by a small farm in Montana called McCafferty Ranch, and instead of conventional meats that are raised in pretty questionable ways, these cows are treated well, they're fed well, and the quality of the meat reflects that. If you want to put in your first order, you can head to farmsushi.com and click on meat and organs at the top to find your next dinner. Back to the video. So first step is of course getting a visual of where my body's at. I don't expect much of a change in 2 weeks, but I wanted to register it anyway. I also stepped on the scale at 170.1 pounds. Okay, just finished the first Costco haul. Got some burgers and basically just got a bunch of fruit. And we are cooking up the first breakfast. It's almost 11 a.m. We're gonna be adding some eggs, some cheese, some salt, and then some fruit as well. So it's go time, baby, let's get it. Primals, we've got meal one here. We've got some papaya. We've got a glass of raw milk, 2 patties, 3 eggs, grated cheese on top, but I'm gonna dig in here. Get out of here. All right, first dinner of this challenge. We've got some steak, made sure to be cooked to perfection. We got some cheese, golden kiwi, and some oranges. We've also got some raw milk. I am excited about how good this food is. I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little weird, like it feels like I'm missing things because I normally have at least rice, typically veggies as well. So this does feel like it's missing a component, but I'm hoping that having the fat from the cheese and the steak and the milk and the water content from the fruits will fill me up. We'll obviously see, but I'm gonna enjoy this. Let's go. Liver King here. It is the end of day 3, so obviously as you can tell the food is amazing. This is one of the benefits of animal-based is there's no lack of good food. The only thing I've really craved is I tend to have cacao chips or even chocolate sometimes, so I have had a slight cravings for those, but the fruit satisfies the sweetness, the meat, the cheese, the milk, like that all satisfies just the heartiness, and then also the honey satisfies the sweetness as well. If I'm being completely honest, I feel incredible. I have had some bowel issues, meaning that my stool is not as firm as it typically should be. We got some footage for you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, besides that, I mean, energy-wise, I have a clean, steady, feel-good energy all day. I'm enjoying my meals. I'm still only having 2 meals a day, and then I'm snacking midday with some fruit, but it's been pretty solid so far. But we got some liver here, we got some burger with cheese, we got pineapple, golden kiwi, orange, raw milk, and some raw honey, and I'm about to dig in, man. All right, the last supper before we move into carnivore. I'm getting a little nervous about the upcoming week. I'm not really too excited to just have meat, but I will be excited to see how it affects my body. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then we'll pop into just like a brief breakdown of the past 7 days, and then we'll get into the next 7. Yeah, you can take over. Oh, steal the show. Yeah, this is about you now. It's cool. Come here. So as far as these past 7 days, number 1, most important, I feel incredible. My energy is there. I have a very clean energy. I haven't gotten tired. I haven't gotten bloated. I don't want to say I haven't gotten tired, but I haven't felt the after meal sluggishness. I had about an hour plus of jiu-jitsu on Saturday, and I had full energy. I was tired, but it felt like I had more energy than I typically did. The food is incredible, and I think that's my favorite part, is that every meal is just delectable. I had maybe 1 or 2 times while I was out where there was a food that I wanted that wasn't in line with animal-based, where I'm not sure if I would have eaten it on my normal diet. So it was a little less healthy than normal, but it was also a special event. I'm big on flexibility, and this is the thing, like if you're out and there's something you really want to eat, you should be able to eat it as long as you are in alignment the rest of the week. But obviously with a strict diet like animal-based, you have specific rules you have to live by, and so you're technically not allowed, which again, long-term, not a fan of that. For a short period, or if you have severe health issues, maybe it's a good idea. Besides that, so my digestion was actually iffy this week. I expected it to be a little bit better. I had a few days where I was more on the constipated end, and then a few days where things were coming out a little bit too smoothly. It was nothing like painful or terrible, but it was definitely a little bit different than my normal bowel movements, and I guess that's to be expected if my body's adapting to not having things like rice or veggies. But overall, I'm very happy with the week. I honestly think my diet is going to shift a little bit more towards animal-based. I absolutely will still be having vegetables on a pretty regular basis, and I probably still will also be having rice, but I can see myself adding in more fruits. But we got 7 days of animal-based ahead of us, so I'm going to go set up the camera and do some 7-day check-ins with my physique. Tomorrow morning, I will be weighing to see where I'm at, but it's time to get into it, man. Let's do it. So, only lost a pound. And honestly, from the looks of it, I like my look on the left a little bit better. It's Monday morning. It's day 1. I got 2 burgers and a steak about to cook up. And I'm already very not enthused because the more I thought about it, I realized coffee and butter probably isn't carnivore allowed because it's literally just meat. I mean, butter's the only thing I'd consider, but I guess coffee's technically, I don't know what it is, but it's a plant. I'm not like a coffee addict, so I'm gonna survive. It's a cool day here in Arizona. I love sitting out on the porch with a cup of coffee, reading. I guess I'll just pour some warm water. But, you know, it's not even 8 a.m. and it feels very criminal to just be eating meat at this time, but this is what I signed up for. Well, this is meal 1. I can't say I'm in love with it. I mean, it's gonna taste delicious. I just wish there was something more. Some fruit, something with a little more of a different flavor, or even just like a refreshing flavor. But hey, it is what it is. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm about 2 hours past meal 1, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel completely dissatisfied. Like, I don't feel like that was a complete meal. My energy, not that great. Literally 1 meal in and not happy about this. Actually second guessing, like, should I even go 7 days? Should I have other things? Like, trying to talk myself out of it, but we committed, so we're gonna make it happen. It's just, it might not be that fun, but I'm going to do my best to keep a positive mental attitude and see what we can learn from this. Okay. Wow. Last night was awful. It was probably around 9:30. It was
ready to sleep. Felt something coming, so I was like, yep, let me get to the toilet, and proceeded to have 20 minutes of a nightmare. I felt like I was cleansing a lot of stuff. I have not eaten since then, so it's about 2 p.m. and I just decided when I woke up this morning I didn't feel too good, and I was like, I'm just gonna ride a 24-hour fast and then I'll eat again. So we're about to have the first meal of the day here in like 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I'm craving real food. I mean, I know steak is real food, but I'm craving other food. And yeah, I could never do this for life. I mean, maybe I feel adapted in a day or two and maybe I feel amazing, but cutting out all these foods just isn't worth it to me. So this is a completely different experience from animal-based. Animal-based, every meal was extremely enjoyable. And I'm enjoying the steak, but I miss honey, I miss fruit, I miss rice, I miss green beans, I just miss food. Right, Yara? But the girls are actually pretty happy. I have 2 cats, for those unaware. They are very happy because every time I have steak, I give them a piece. So they're getting fed pretty well these past few days. But, all right, I'm gonna prep the food, break this fast, and hopefully my body adapts soon. Today sucks. Not sucks like it's a bad day. It's a fine day, but I am craving all foods. It's not even that I'm sick of meat. Like, I could eat meat, but more importantly, I want to fill the gaps. I want to have some fruit. I want to have some honey. Chocolate sounds so good right now. Even rice. Anything besides meat sounds so good right now. And I'm getting that very restrictive feeling. My energy is definitely better today. I feel better physically today, but on the craving end of things and wanting other foods, that is rocket high. And we are only on day 4 right now, so we still have 3 days left. It feels like this is the longest week ever, truly. Gotta stick with it though. Mama didn't raise no quitter. Well, it's Saturday morning, and Whoop gave me an elevated skin temperature reading today. I don't feel sick, but my body temperature feels warmer, but I feel like my body's not happy. That's the best way to put it. So I kind of went in blind here, and I'm just curious, like, is this a normal thing? Am I having a very different reaction? Am I actually getting sick? I'm craving fruit still. I'm craving all foods, to be honest. I'm kind of just going to finish this out and see where it takes me. And I also don't feel 100% mentally. Like, I'm not as on top of things mentally. I've heard people say you need the full 7 days to adapt. I was hoping I would adapt quicker, but tomorrow's the last day. I'm going to have a couple good steaks today. I'm not getting sick of those at all. It's just I want other foods. But when I sit down and I eat a really good steak, I'm enjoying it. It's not like I'm hating every bite. So, and another thing, I really don't get acne very often, and it looks like I have a breakout around here, and I also have a pimple here. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. All right. It's officially the last day of all meat. A few updates for you. The last time I had went to the bathroom, Dunny number 2, pooped, was Wednesday night, and at approximately noon yesterday, I trusted a fart that I shouldn't have, and that's all I'm going to say about that. My digestive system still has not adapted. However, I can say I did finish. Not yet, but I can say I pushed through the difficulties regardless. And I'm just getting so excited, so I'm packing my fruit for tomorrow. Words cannot describe how ready I am to eat this stuff. And I'll have one more dinner of a nice steak, and then tomorrow morning I already planned out my day. I'm ready for this challenge to be over. Let's finish strong for the rest of the day, and yeah, I'll update you guys when I'm there. Well, I didn't know craving food right when you wake up was possible, but it's a little past 6:30 and laid out my fruit, easing off it. Just gonna have a little bit, go to the gym, make sure nothing funky happens with my digestion. First cherry, let's do it. Cheers. Oh my goodness, I miss that so much. I feel like an addict coming back to his drug. Okay. I'm happy. Okay, we're making some French toast. Anabolic French toast, healthy anabolic French toast, which we'll put out a recipe on this channel. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. But I got my workout in, I have my fruit, I had a ton of it. I made some coffee, I took my first sip. Life is good. Life is so good, I feel like a normal human being again. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat this, go enjoy, and then we will reflect with a full breakdown. Okay, so this is the first dinner after animal-based. It has been more than an interesting experience. I think the most eye-opening part to me, I obviously didn't make it through the adjustment period with carnivore. I didn't get to the point where I had that insane energy or where my digestion felt great. I broke out, had some acne. I experienced cravings that I have not had in a long, long time. And I really believe it was a combination of, number one, not being able to have those things, so the restrictive mentality of like, I can't have it, so I want it more. But then I also think it was a lack of actually having those things from a nutrient standpoint. My body hadn't quite adjusted to just having meat, so I was craving fruit, I was craving sweet, sugar, all the things that are for that glucose, that instant energy, the carbs. So that was very, very difficult for me. Honestly, from a sustainability standpoint, after this past week, I cannot see anyone doing this diet unless they have extreme health issues. If you are just looking to lose weight, to build muscle, if you are just looking for something that's going to increase your energy a little bit, I do not think this diet is that, specifically because of the restrictive standpoint. Now, if you have intense autoimmune disorders, if you are waking up with extreme pain, extreme brain fog, extreme acne to where you're very, very insecure, maybe this is something to try out. Maybe this is something to test. If you have extreme pain from an autoimmune disorder, probably pretty easy to deal with some sugar cravings if that means you're not experiencing that pain. But from the average person standpoint, from a lifestyle standpoint, this is not it. I stand firm in my diet decision of I'm probably going to lean a little bit more animal-based in the future, like more fruit, a little bit less veggies throughout the week, but I will never go 100% animal-based, from the freedom standpoint. If I like my veggies from time to time, they make me feel good, I don't get super bloated, I don't get super tired. If I'm going out to a restaurant or to a party, I don't want dietary restrictions. Lifestyle is everything. But I'm going to enjoy this dinner, and then I'm going to take a day or two to reflect, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Cheese is so good, bro. Pasta's so good.
Okay, so it's officially 2 weeks after I ended carnivore, had a chance to really digest, and everything I said in my reflection is true, and I just wanted to add on a few more things. First of all, you can actually see the breakout is still going on a little bit. I haven't had a chance to hit any extended fast, and I'm assuming fasting and allowing my body to work through whatever this is. Like I said, I really don't normally get acne, so this is pretty new for me. Besides that, as a quick visual of the before and after, so you can see here I lost about 5 pounds over the 2 weeks, and even though there's a slight visual difference, and you can kind of see I felt a lot lighter and a lot smaller on the right. So after those 2 weeks, it does feel like I lost a little bit of muscle, and it definitely feels like I lost some inflammation and some body fat. Currently, I'm right back up to where I was when I started. So again, sustainable weight loss, when you do a diet like that and then come back to your normal way of eating, it's not going to work. I also thought it was interesting to go over my budget. So I took the average of the past 3 months of groceries, and over the course of a month, I'm spending on average $470 for food. That includes a couple times eating out. I normally don't eat out, but maybe like 1 or 2 times every month. And then I had a few special occasions, but I did want to factor that in there. Over the course of 2 weeks, I spent $650. So that's about $200 more than an entire month in 2 weeks. To be fair, I spent it on very, very high quality steaks. So if I had been trying to stay within a certain budget, I would have been able to, just sticking to frozen burgers, going to stores during the times where they discount their meat, even potentially including a few meals without grass-fed meats and just having conventional meats. But yes, it is more expensive, especially because when I'm cutting out certain foods, that means more space in my stomach for meat, which again is going to be more pricey than a frozen veggie or a lot of other foods. So it just goes back to what I was saying before. If you don't have a severe illness, autoimmune disorder, something that this is going to completely change your life, not only is it not ideal from a sustainability standpoint, but also from a budget standpoint, it's not the best. But you pay for what you get, right? And if I was to do a diet like this, I would want to eat mainly 100% grass-fed meats. I wouldn't want to skimp with the meats from cows that are being fed corn, soy, and then when you get into the rabbit hole, they're being fed things like candy and a bunch of other disgusting stuff. Overall, this was an experience. I'm not going to use any word to describe it. I most likely will not be doing this again, but like I said, I have shifted a little bit more towards animal-based, so I'm consuming a little bit more fruits throughout the week, but I am still eating veggies, rice, occasionally sugar, all these foods that are considered normal. So with that being said, a couple questions. Number one, what challenge do you want to see me do next? I'm aiming to do a challenge every month, at least for the next year, probably beyond that, and I would love to get some ideas from you. I am always going to be documenting this stuff, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not. And one last time, if you're looking for fat loss help, check the link in the description. We got a free training there for you that's going to break down everything about what we do, why it's so simple, why it's so much easier than other diets, and how you can get started. But with that being said, of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.